Okay, this video is to show you how to simplify a radical expression. Now, I'll say this, before you watch this, if you haven't done so already, go back and watch two of my other videos where I've talked about how to simplify radicals, and I've gone through constants and variables. I've also there's another one in which I showed you how to add, how to combine radicals, when to combine them. Okay, so I explained that they have to be like terms and like radicand and index. So that's what I mean by like terms. So you deal with them as if you deal with like terms. So you have to know, you have to understand those two videos before this. If you haven't done so, this will be confusing to you. So just go back and do that. Then you can come back here. It will be pretty simple. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so after you watch those videos, you can come here, or if you already have that knowledge, it's fine. Now here, what you should do is that you have to try to simplify each radical, because in this case you have 1, 2, 3. You have to simplify each one before you keep moving. Okay, simplify each one before you keep moving. Okay, so right here, for the first one here, you have 50. Now remember, these are square roots, and this is 50. 50 is not a perfect square, so you got to break it down into a perfect square and another number that you can use. So in this case here, I'm gonna use 2 radicals just to do what I'm saying here. Again, it's just to keep things very simple here. That's why I'm doing it this way. So, and the first one, I'm gonna use 25 because 25 is a perfect square. So I'm gonna put 25 here. And I'll put 2 here because 2 times 25 is 50. Okay? And right here, I'm gonna move on to the variable. It's x squared. Now 2 is the exponent, and 2 is divisible by 2. So I can put x squared here. I can leave it here, okay? For now, all right? There's nothing else to put here for x because I already have x squared here, and that's it. That's done. Now, for y to the 5th, I can break y to the 5th down, right? Let me get some more space here. Into a number that's divisible by 2, so y to the 4th, and another number, which I'm going to put over here with the 2 here, which is y. Y to the 1st, y to the 4th, 1 plus 4 is 5. Okay? So we're good so far. Now, I'm doing this for the first one here. Okay? Now, for the second radical, I'm going to do something similar. Okay? And I want you, I'm doing all this, guys, just so you can, because I'm explaining this one, and I want to make sure you guys get it. Okay, so for this one, for the second one, I'm going to use the same method, okay? So I'm going to pick what's inside. Now, what's outside was negative 13. So I'm going to leave it as negative 13y. Okay, leave it outside. And inside, again, I'm going to try to have 2 radicals here. Okay, now, another one to put the ones I don't need here. The ones I cannot solve, I'm saying. So for example, 2 is not a perfect square. I'm just going to put 2 here. X squared, 2, the 2 here is divisible by the index. So I'm going to put x squared here. Okay. Y to the 3rd, I'm going to break it down into something that's divisible by 2. So y to the 2nd and y to the 1st. Because 1 plus 2 again is 3. Okay. So let me stop here for a second just to explain again. I'm trying to, again, from my other video, I explained you, if you try to find numbers, exponents that are divisible by the index, the value you have here, it's much easier for you to simplify. You will just go smoothly to the answer, final answer, I'm saying, okay? All right, then the last one, I'm gonna try to break the last one down the same way, okay? So let's go with the last one. And I'm going to put it right here so you can see what I'm doing, everything I'm doing here, in different color. So I'll leave the xy outside, okay? And I'll put square root right here, and I'll put another one right here, okay? Just to put the two it the same way. Now, 98 is not a perfect square, but I know in 98, it's 49. 49 times 2. 49 is a perfect square, okay? So I can use 49 right here. Y cubed, I need an exponent that's divisible by 2, so I'll put y squared and y to the first, because 2 plus 1 again is 3, okay? So we're good. Now, breaking it down, it looks very nice now. I can go ahead and and simplify. Okay. Now, the first one I have in green here, I can simplify it, right? Because it's 25. So square root of 25 is 5. I'll put 5 right here. Okay. Square root of x squared, 2 divided by 2 is 1. So it's x to the 1. Okay. You don't have to put the 1, by the way. Y to the 4th, 4 divided by 2. Because remember, the index here is 2. It's because it's the square root. You don't have to write it down, but it's the square root, okay? So that's why I keep saying 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So it's y to the 2nd, because the exponent 4 divided by 2 is 2, okay? Now times the square root of 2y. There's nothing you can do here. This you can't break it down. There's nothing you can do, okay? Now next, negative 13y, and you have here x to the 2nd, so squared, the square root of x to the 2nd, 2 by 2 is 1, so it's x to the 1st, 2 by 2 again is 1, divided, I'm saying, so y, then the square root of 2 times the square root of 2y. And the other one, the one in red, over there, do the same thing, put plus, was it plus, right, plus xy, so plus xy, then the square root of 49 is 7. Okay, so I'm going to put times 7 here. Square root of y squared is y. So, okay. Then I have, let me see, this written the way it is. It stays the way it is. 2y. Okay. Now, rearrange it, make it look a little better. Now, 5xy. xy squared, I'm saying, times square root of 2y minus, now 13y xy, this is 13xy squared, because y times y is y squared. Then square root of 2y plus xy times 7y is 7xy squared, because you have 2y's here, so you add the exponent, square root of 2y. Okay, now from here, guys, all you gotta do is remember what I said from last time. Last time I said, remember like terms. You deal with radicals as if they're like terms. As you can see what you have here, xy squared square root of 2y, xy squared square root of 2y, xy squared square root of 2y. So the same thing is repeated. All you gotta do is combining the numbers you have up front. So 5 right here, minus 13, okay, plus 7, and what you have here is just x y squared square root of 2y. That's repeated everywhere, right? You see the same thing everywhere. So you just need to add, combine the numbers. So that's 5 minus 13 plus 7, which is what? 5 minus 13, which is negative 8, plus 7. This is negative 1. So negative 1 times xy squared square root of 2y. And negative 1, you don't have to put negative 1. So it just minus xy squared square root of 2y. Okay? Minus xy squared square root of 2y. Negative xy squared square root of 2y. This is it. This is how you simplify. So again, I took my time using different colors here just to make sure that you guys see exactly what I did step by step. Okay? So this is all. This is how you simplify radical expressions. Okay? Thank you.